Hey, friends, thanks for joining us on another adventure where each new day is the day we make.
Taos, New Mexico, a place where art, history, and adventure collide. For most, it's a destination, but for me, it's the starting point. On this trip, I'm embarking on an overland journey across northern New Mexico. I'll be hitting some pavement and some dirt, while hitting the historic Enchanted Circle. My goal is to reach Dawson, a ghost town with a tragic and powerful story. Along the way, I'll be setting camp under the stars and staying in a one-of-a-kind Airbnb that's a piece of history in itself. It's a journey about grit, ghosts, and the incredible landscapes in between. After a great time exploring Chimney Rock, I'm heading to Taos today. Before I do, I have to hit the trails to get out of here. It was great hitting all that gravel, but now it was time to get to Taos. So we're here just outside of one of our favorite Airbnbs in the Carson, New Mexico area. You can see there is a absolutely beautiful sunset, and there is a beautiful moonrise happening all at the same time. Right over there is Taos, so we're about 25 minutes west of Taos. I am just coming off of exploring the Chimney Rock area, and I'm looking forward to the couple days I will have here. Stepping inside, you instantly see why this is one of my favorite places to get off the road and unwind. It's a cozy, rustic sanctuary that puts you at ease. The simple, functional design, paired with an incredible view of the Taos Mountains, makes you want to stay forever. This is where the land of enchantment proves it can also be the land of entrapment. This rustic retreat is the perfect stop to unwind and recharge. While only at 7,000 feet, the mountain air turns cold the moment the sun vanishes. To counter the sudden chill, I brought the wood stove to life. Its crackling warmth instantly filled the cabin, creating the perfect sanctuary against the night. The past few days here have been incredible. The mountains seem to have a voice of their own, and the sunsets usher in a profound sense of calm. I've enjoyed making some nice meals, but I'm eager to get back out to the wilds of this beautiful area. Good morning, guys. Just whipping up some breakfast here. We got a nice sunny day, but we are cooking up some potatoes, some bacon, green chili, jalapeno, and onion, and we're gonna have that with some avocado and tomato and some cheddar cheese. Yep. Just getting everything caught up, got some laundry done, everything charged up, and just enjoying the break off the road. And However, as beautiful as it is to still be in Taos, the open road is calling. My next destination is a place where the past whispers on the wind, though I won't be venturing too far just yet.
Well, good morning. It is time to leave the Airbnb. It's been a great stay.
But I'm not done with the Taos area just yet. First, I'm going to take a scenic gravel road through a beautiful canyon to resupply in Taos before setting up camp in the shadows of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains.
Gonna be hitting the trail. We're gonna dip down in the town right here. Right over here, there's usually a flea market and or a farmer's market, and they have bands and stuff down there, but I don't think they do that this time of the year, unfortunately. But I'm gonna go down there and get some shots of the cafe, and then we'll be on the road. So here is the infamous Carson Cafe and Grocery. You're definitely going to want to stop in here. You can get resupplied. They have bands playing out of this little stage over here. They have a farmer's market, so if that's going on, you can restock some microgreens and some other things that they have here. Right across the street is a post office where you can pick up something that you sent ahead of you, or you can send something out.
One of the things that I love about New Mexico is littered throughout the state is all these historic structures that tell a story of its past. From this point, I'm choosing the path less traveled, taking the long gravel road into Taos. The descent into the canyon is both impressive and steep, leading me down to the banks of the Rio Grande, which I will follow to resupply in town. I am still just west of Taos, in the Rio Grande Gorge, which cuts through the basalt flows of the Taos Plateau volcanic field. One of the main ways to cross is by the Rio Grande Gorge Bridge. The intense volcanic history of this place is evident everywhere. The descent of this route seems to go on forever, but with the side of the river, I know it's coming to an end. Ultimately, I make it to a small bridge where I will cross the Rio Grande, where the route begins to just parallel the river. Continuing along the river, the views are no less incredible from down here. Made a brief stop to enjoy the view, take in the sound of the river, and simply enjoy the solitude down here in the canyon. It was really difficult to not keep stopping down in here, but I still had to get to Taos, resupply, and find camp for the night. The route eventually changed from gravel to blacktop, so at this point I knew I was getting near the main route into Taos. Now that I'm all done exploring the canyon, it's time to go resupply. The approach to Taos is breathtaking, even on the main highway. The landscape here possesses a certain magic that you simply have to come and witness for yourself. To my left, the vast canyon stretches out, and it's humbling to realize I was just on its floor looking up. After Taos, my path veers off the pavement.
Alright, so our first choice at camp didn't work out along the Rio Grande Gorge, so we went a little north to another section of the National Monument area, and fairly confident we should be able to get a spot here. Looks looks like we're gonna have great views of the mountains, but I'm hoping to get right on that gorge to where we get that view and the mountains. So
I'm relieved to see that the spot isn't taken, and the view is quite impressive.
here we are at camp. This actually wound up working out way better because on this side of us we have a ridge line, which is the direction in which the wind is coming out of, so we're getting some good shelter from that. But aside from that, we still have some beautiful views of the mountains and of the gorge, which I don't know if you can see off in the distance there how that's coming out, but wow, what a spectacular spot. Like I said, everything kind of works out the way it's supposed to a lot of times, where you think you have a plan and you got to execute your plan, but you wind up just where you're supposed to be. Taos, guys, has it going on. This is absolutely incredible. Right now the winds are pretty gusty, 20 to 26 miles an hour, and then tonight they're supposed to slow down to 5 to 10, which should be pretty pleasant. However, it is going to be getting to like 12 to 18 degrees tonight, so it's going to be chilly, but I mean, the price you got to pay to have a spot like this, so we'll make it work. Alright guys, this temperature is going to be dropping pretty quick. We are just looking forward to the sunset. It should be beautiful right off, bouncing off these mountains behind us. Taos is just over there, over the rise. And we're just going to keep it simple today. We're going to have a pot of leftover spaghetti that we're going to warm up because this temperature is going to be dropping quick and I don't want to do anything long and complicated. Tomorrow we're going to make our way down the road here, and we are going to cross that bridge. Should be pretty cool. We're going to cross the bridge and ultimately make our way up to Dawson, New Mexico, which is a ghost town. Alright guys, with sunset complete, it is time to heat up the spaghetti. Yum!
Good morning from the Rio Grande. It was a chilly one last night. Everything's really frosty, but that's our sunrise this morning.
Sorry about the blurry lens. It's so cold, there was nothing I could do about it. And I actually had a hard time getting it to work before I warmed it up a little bit.
You can hear the river actually from all the way up here, which is pretty cool. Yeah, man.
wasn't long after leaving camp that I reached my first impediment to get lower in the canyon and across that small bridge that I identified yesterday.
Well, unfortunately, they have recently just put up a gate, it looks like, here, getting down to that bridge, and it is locked up. So I don't know if something happened to the bridge or what's going on, but we are gonna have to completely reroute this, because it's a big detour to go anywhere since we're not going this way. So that stinks.
Due to the reroute, we went by another cool feature out here near Taos, which is the Earth Homes, or Earth Ships. On a sprawling mesa northwest of Taos sits a 600-plus acre Greater World Earthship community. It was started by Mike Reynolds and Earthship Biotecture. Almost 50 years ago, architect Michael Reynolds pioneered the development of these off-grid homes. He named Earthships. These are homes using passive solar technology, wind power, recycled water, old tires, car batteries, glass bottles, etc.
So there was the Earthship community. That's pretty interesting to go by to see the construction, the designs of these houses is something else.
The detour brought us to another icon of the area, the Gorge Bridge Scenic Overlook. You are able to park here and actually walk the bridge to truly get an idea of the scale of this gorge.
Alright, so we've come through Taos, backtracked a little bit around since the bridge was closed. And so basically we're coming in from the other side. I really just want to get a look at this bridge. I don't know why, it just...
I was really surprised by the amount of snow on this side compared to just on the other side where there wasn't any snow at all.
This is the beautiful creek we could hear from camp last night. And it's just a beautiful drive down into here. I really wish that other side was open. It really stinks. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so here we are. We're at the bridge that we could see from camp. So yeah, there must be a situation with the road, I guess, because the bridge seems fine. Yeah, so there's definitely something with the road on this side, unfortunately, because it's fenced off down here too. So, but we made it to the bridge, which is pretty cool, and we were camped up there somewhere. Well, that was cool checking out the bridge. Was determined to get there, and we made it. Would have been a cool drive to be able to do it all the way through, but maybe next time. But for now, we're going to head back out of here, out of this gorge, and make our way north and look for a suitable camp. You know, we're going to explore for a couple more hours, but I'd like to get settled in a little early because it's supposed to get to around
The Sangre de Cristo Mountains, which is Spanish for Blood of Christ, are a prominent feature of northern New Mexico and southern Colorado. The range contains New Mexico's highest point, Wheeler Peak, which stands at an impressive 13,161 feet. The significant elevation gain when traveling out of the town of Taos into this rugged mountain terrain is a well-known characteristic of the region, offering dramatic landscapes and challenging routes for travelers and outdoor enthusiasts. I make a brief stop at beautiful Eagle Nest.
So on our way to Dawson, we're passing through Eagle's Nest.
After this, we'll follow the Cimarron River all the way to Cimarron. Even though the route to Cimarron is on blacktop, it is just as incredible as any views you will find on gravel. I had to make another brief stop to check out this rock face that caught my eye. It's known as the Palisade Sill. It is a fine-grained, porphyritic, bacite sill which forms spectacular cliffs and palisades along the Cimarron River.
Well, even though we're on a stretch of blacktop here, this area is absolutely gorgeous. This beautiful creek is just running along the way we're coming.
Once you leave the canyon, the ground really levels out, and it's not long before you come to Cimarron. Cimarron is located on the land of what became known as the Maxwell Land Grant, which was made up of 1.7 million acres. Cimarron was officially chartered in 1859 and was named for the Spanish word used to describe a Mustang, meaning wild or unbroken. Interestingly, in 1905, the St. Louis Rocky Mountain and Pacific Railway Company laid tracks from Raton to Ute Park. However, the tracks weren't there long. During World War II, the tracks were removed, with the steel to be recycled to help with the shortage during the war effort. I'm going to make a quick stop for fuel, and then I'm going to go see another icon of this town, the St. James Hotel.
So when you come through Cimarron, there is the famous St. James Hotel, which unfortunately, recently, within the last month or two, has closed its doors.
In its day, the St. James Hotel was visited by many famous lawmen and notorious outlaws, and was the scene of many murders. A favorite saying in the area became, "It appears Lambert had himself another man for breakfast." And another popular question was, who was killed at Lambert's last night? Among those that stayed here are Wyatt Earp and his brother Morgan Earp, and their wives. Additionally, Jesse James, Buffalo Bill Cody, the outlaw Davy Crockett, some of the Buffalo Soldiers, Clay Allison, Blackjack Ketchum, and Annie Oakley.
And we did have footage of the lobby. We had come in here and visited the lobby one time and took a little tour that they'll let you do. But unfortunately, I think that footage was lost with our hard drive fail. So yeah, a very historic bar that was in there, and many things have happened, but well, it's a shame. I was hoping that reporting had been false, but it looks like it was true. It looks closed. The Cimarron Mercantile and Cafe, which is a nice stop. Get some nice drinks and pastries and sandwiches in there. And they also have a lot of jewelry and different things for sale. But I don't think we're gonna be taking the time to go in there today just because we got some ground to cover to find camp while we have some daylight. So this is gonna be the road out to the Dawson Cemetery. We're here at the Dawson Cemetery, and there's a lot of history to this. Wanted to return and just talk about this story of this place because it's a big story, and what's fascinating about this cemetery is where it is located even in today's time. But imagining back in the day when this mining operation was active back here, you'll be surprised at some of the countries that some of the people came from to be here, and for them to find their way here and during that time is pretty remarkable.
Dawson was the site of two separate coal mining disasters in 1913 and 1923, and it is a ghost town. The Phelps Dodge Mining Company has historically invested in the restoration of this cemetery. The three sections of the burial ground are surrounded by barbed wire and iron pipe fence, and it contains roughly 600 marked graves. The cemetery includes the graves of World War II casualties, coal miners, as well as immigrants from Southern and Eastern Europe. The mining company needed to attract workers to this very remote town, so it built nice homes for the miners and numerous other amenities like a hospital, a movie theater, department store, and a golf course. A lot of luxury for the miners of the early 1900s. As with most mining towns of the day, Dawson suffered a decline near the 1950s. As a result, the mining company shut down the mines, and the entire town had to be sold, and some of the miners' houses were moved to other locations. Phelps Dodge gave longtime residents 30 days to vacate, and then they sold, salvaged, and all but leveled the community. They got rid of the department store, the opera house, the hospital, as well as other structures. They even removed the Southern Pacific rails to Tucumcari through the Santa Fe Railroad and later rebuilt the track to facilitate mining in York Canyon. These days, the town of Dawson is just barely visible, with only a few of the original buildings still standing. The one significant landmark in Dawson that remains is the cemetery, which is on the National Register of Historic Places. But before all of that, in 1913, Dawson suffered its first major disaster. Mine number 2 was shaken by an explosion that was felt almost 2 miles away. Relief teams from as far away as Pittsburgh, Kansas, and Rock Springs, Wyoming, came to help. Of the 236 men working that day, only 23 survived the blast. Then, in 1923, mine number 1 suffered an explosion as well. A mine car had derailed, knocking down timbers, and the electric trolley. This caused sparks and again ignited the coal dust. 123 men were killed in this explosion, many of them the sons of the men who died in the first explosion. The first disaster in 1913 filled the entire Dawson Cemetery, and the small burial plot was expanded after the second disaster in 1923. Today, the cemetery is just a lonely, overgrown, dusty shell. White iron crosses mark the burial sites.
Want to get even more involved with our community and support what we do? Join us on Patreon. You'll get access to exclusive content like behind-the-scenes footage, early access to videos, members-only live streams, and a chance to connect with us directly. Plus, your support helps us to continue to create the content you love.